Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name's Destiny and I do book things, and today we're going to talk about my library haul because your girl went to the library today. So if you saw my April wrap up, it should have gone up right before this video. I've not been reading physically very well. It's just not something I'm doing. So I thought to myself, what if I picked up more than one book? Maybe that'll hold my interest. Because I've been trying to put all my eggs in one basket. I don't think that's working. So instead, I thought what I would do is maybe pick up a chapter per book and just switch and see what happens. Maybe I'll find one that actually keeps my attention. I want to read more than one chapter. If not, then I'll just move on to something else for a chapter and we'll go like that. So I went to the library because there's a couple that I knew I wanted to read and I knew I wanted to give at least a chapter try to. And now they're all in front of me. There's a couple here that I did not expect to pick up. It was not on my list to pick up. But as I was walking around the library, just enjoying myself, I was obviously looking at the shelves and thought, I could do a whole haul, get a whole bunch of books, and just give them a try. So I have 7 here for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing. I like doing these kind of things, and I'm hoping to do more library hauls for you guys. And without further ado, the first one I picked up is The Wicked King by Holly Black. This is the second one in the Cruel Prince series. I physically read The Cruel Prince. It wasn't anything to write home about. I think I gave it either 3 or 4 stars. I may have gave it a little higher than that because of all the hype, and I didn't want controversy. But it was just okay. I do want to see where the story goes. I'm really interested in Jude and how what happens at the end of the book. So I do want to read on. I did read all the Cassandra Clare's books, and this kind of reminds me of that sort of. So I'm interested to see what this is or see what I think of this. At least give it the first chapter. I know it's supposed to be enemies to lovers, I believe. Yeah. If you've never heard of this book, Jude and her sister, I think it's only one sister, end up getting kidnapped and live in the world of the fairies, and they're human and they get picked on, and basically crap happens. I honestly don't remember much of the first one. I'm gonna have to go back and read a synopsis or something of it before I go into this one. I remember enough to know what it's talking about. Yeah, I remember where we're at here, but that's about it. So I'm excited to get this one read. Next, I picked up one that I'm truly excited about, and that is Belladonna by Ellen Grace. So this one follows, I want to say her name is Signa. Signa can see ghosts, and every time she goes to live with she's an orphan, and every time she goes to live with a family member, they unexpectedly die mysteriously. And now she's moving in with her long lost cousins. It just says her remaining relatives are the elusive Hawthorns, an eccentric family living in Thorn Grove, a state both glittering and gloomy. So it looks like the mother is dying, or the mother has recently died, and now the daughter is dying from a mysterious disease, and she can see death. I'm truly hoping that this has a personification of death, kind of like in The Book Thief. I'm hoping that has some of that vibe. I've watched a couple people who've started it in their reading vlogs and stuff, and talk about how creepy and atmospheric it is. So I'm really hoping for that. I just honestly am in love with this cover. Just look at it. Look how beautiful that cover is. I'm in love with the cover. The blurb really interests me, and that is, Signa opened her eyes, and death was there before her, watching and waiting. His presence was intoxicating and familiar. It took Signa by surprise, as it always did. Breathing shadows cast into a vague shape of a human, so dark and void of light that it was painful to look at him, and yet looking at him was all Signa could do. All she could ever do. She was drawn to him like a moth to the flame, and so it seemed he was to her. I'm interested. I need to know. If she falls in love with death, I think it'd be even better, but we shall see. I picked up that one. The next I picked up is the Agathas by, hold on, my copy, Kathleen Glosson and Liz Lawson. Lawson? Yeah, I'm right, Lawson. This follows Alice. I'm trying to look, hold on. So basically, you have Iris who's trying to figure out why this certain boy's girlfriends in school go missing. I'm excited for this one. I've heard great things, and I'm excited. It's supposed to be like a cozy mystery. Last month, it feels like last year, I read the whole Truly Devious series, and so I started looking at books that were like it, and the Agathas came up. It's supposed to be a YA cozy mystery, so I'm down to read. I'm really, really excited. The next one I want to talk about, I've got 4 more in front of me. The next one I want to talk about is a continuation of a series that I started last month, and that is All of Our Demise by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This is the sequel to All of Us Are Villains? Am I right? Yes, All of Us Villains. This follows a murderous game, so there is a curse on the land, and the 7 high families send a teenager into battle to the death, and whichever family member or whichever teenager walks up, their family gets the high power for the next, I think, 7 years, 8 years. I could be wrong. Might be longer. Anyways, they get all the power for so long. And in the first one, crap happens. The 7 who go in are not the 7 that were really chosen. One of them isn't. And they realize that the tournament is changing. And now they're trying to end it so that no other kid has to go through what they have gone through. And yeah, I'm really, really excited for this one. Again, it is the sequel. I read the first one, so I really want to get into this one. I gave the first one 5 stars. No, I gave it 4 stars. I felt like we could have done more, so I'm hoping they do more in this one. Next, I picked up one that honestly, it was because I was sitting there looking for a Katie Roberts book. I wanted a steamy, smutty romance. That's really all I was looking for. And I remember there was one that I started but never finished of hers. Because I just simply wasn't in the mood, and I can't remember what it was. Scribd is no longer saved on Scribd. And my library didn't have any. They had the Dark Olympus series, but they do not have the rest. So I ended up picking up Copycat by Kimberla Lawson Roby. Yeah. Ruby's a U. Roby. And in this one, there you have 2 authors. You're following, the first chapter. Tracy and Simone. Tracy is a 3-time published author. She's very well known. She has made her way to be a very good author. And then you have Simone, who's struggling to become an author. She's working a 9 to 5, has published 1 romance book, and they have a chance meeting in the hair salon one day, and they become best friends. Well, Simone starts copying Tracy, and it starts to get creepy, and secrets start coming out. I'm really, really excited. It's this really, really short one. It's only like 700. Yeah, that's the day I'm having. It's only 175 pages, so real short, real sweet. I started the first chapter, and I'm already really creeped out by Simone. We are in Simone's point of view, and in the first chapter, she's already like basically trying to look up where this woman's outfit came from, down to like her shoes and her bag. She talks about how she could go get that bag as soon as she gets off work tomorrow, and is trying to copy Tracy, like down to her essence, and it gave me the creeps already. So I'm really, really excited for this one. The next one might be one that you're surprised to see. I have never read this book. I have seen people rave about it. I have never read it. I did read the other series. I did read the full Grisha series, and I liked it a lot. But the one I'm talking about is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've never read this book. I've seen people rave about it. I know there's whole fandoms for it. I have personally never read it. It says 6 Dangerous Outcasts, 1 Impossible Heist. I know it's a heist book, and I know the 6 characters you fall absolutely in love with, but I've never read it. So we shall see. But yeah, I picked it up as well. We'll see. I don't know any more than that. It's a heist book and you're supposed to fall in love with the 6 characters. And then lastly is one that I was actually really wanting to get my hands on. I read a different book by her. I can't remember what it is, and I don't think like it's gonna be on the cover or anything. Like, I don't think it like lists it in the cover or anything fun like that. All Your Perfects, that's what I read. So I have read All Your Perfects, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very interesting look at a marriage, and how marriage can change, and how if you don't communicate, the marriage isn't going to work. And so I was looking at some of her other books, and this one's supposed to be dark and spicy. And I've seen all the girls on TikTok read this. Well, when I was on TikTok, I'm no longer on TikTok, but that's a whole nother discussion. I see all the girlies read this one. This is usually the one that gets everybody hooked, and they read all of her books. And that is Verity by Colleen Hoover. So this follows a down and out author who takes a job from the husband of Verity, Crawford. She is a best-selling author, and her husband, she's really ill, and her husband hires Lowen to write her final book. And when Lowen goes to write her final book, she actually finds a memoir that Verity was writing that she never thought would see the light of day, and all her secrets and all the drama comes out. And I'm excited for this, honestly. I've not started it yet. I only started Copycat, sit in the library parking lot because I was super interested after I picked it up. But yeah, I'm interested to read Verity and see what I think. It's definitely going to be an interesting one, personally. I have not read a Colleen Hoover physically. I listened to the last one, so we shall see what I think. There you have it. That is my library haul. Those are the books I'm hoping to read from the library this month. We will see what I'm able to get accomplished. I'm hoping to get a lot accomplished, but we shall see. Like I said, it is the 12th of the month, and I have read 5 books, and all of them were audio. So we shall see. I have 100 pages left of one, or less than 100 at this point, and I'm going to try to finish it tonight, but who knows. But yeah, I will see you on my next one. Bye, guys.